driving right now, and I'm headed up to a meeting for Hoop and Ship. And I just was thinking about the importance of basketball and the importance of players understanding how hard they should be working in the game, and that there's more than just working hard to become a complete player. A lot of people think it's just only merely getting in the gym and working out, or training, and that's it. That's obviously a big part of it, adding to your skill set, getting up shots, working on your game. But there's other major factors to understanding to reach your actual full potential. There's a level of basketball IQ, basketball fundamentals, film study, getting stronger, understanding angles, reading the floor, being coachable, being accountable for yourself, being able to receive criticism, being able to receive constructive feedback. All these things play a major part into you reaching your actual potential as a player. And so one of the biggest things that people don't realize is film. Like, people trying to figure out how to get better in games, and there are people steadily working on things that they don't do in games. So it's like when you're training, if you're working on 70% of stuff or 80-90% of things that you don't do in games, you're not going to get better. So like when you're training, you're supposed to be working on the 80% of things that you actually do in games, whether it's on defense and offense. What are those things that you're doing regularly? And where are the spots on the floor where you are typically getting shots? So that way you can start to build confidence in those areas and begin to be good at it. Then the other 20% can be working on things that you're not quite ready to implement, but something that might be months away, not necessarily a year away, but maybe months away for you to actually develop. So now 20% you kind of work on that. Maybe you take 5% and you work on left-hand floaters, which you don't plan to use in a game until 2 years from now. But then 15% you are working on things that are maybe 3 months out or 4 months out or 5 months out for you to actually add to your game. And then the other 80% is what you're actually doing. And then you keep doing it that way. So that way you can shore up those weaknesses and pretty much add to your game. And some of your weaknesses is probably the actual 20%. So oftentimes in games, the 80% can still include weaknesses if those weaknesses are always outing, right? So if you don't guard well, but you always have to guard, then you need to be working on that weakness, because that's something that you do a lot in games. Does that make sense? So 80% of work on your game is not just the things that you do well, it's also the things that you don't do well, but you do regularly in a game.